some tips on how to fix some of those. I love the Depot. My dad calls it the Depot. Josh, what's up?
Yeah, that's right. I'm at the Depot. Hopefully, you know, you're gonna learn from a pro. I am not the pro. These guys are the pros, ladies and gentlemen. Matt and Vince.
They look official.
Oh yeah, they do look official. They are official. You know, if I have to do something, if I have to fix something, I'm like Tim the Toolman Taylor. It usually doesn't end up being pretty good. I need to call my uncle, my dad. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I need to call Al, you know, my next door neighbor, whatever I got to do, because I'm usually pretty clueless. The cool thing about Home Depot is you guys offer some workshops, clinics consistently on how to do it yourself. We're going to do a demonstration this morning on like a vanity, whatchamacallit?
Installing a vanity and the sink and the faucet.
All right, cool.
And extra fixtures.
So walk us through exactly, if it looks like maybe you have a new home or maybe you're just remodeling your bathroom, and this is what it looks like. Walk us through what to do. Where do we start?
The first thing you're going to want to do is get the thing level before you bolt it to the walls.
Oh, yeah, that's important. You don't want stuff sliding off.
Check it with a level, slide shims in and out of the bottom until it is level. Once it is, run the screws in, mounting it firmly to the wall.
Okay. All right, so you're about to mount it right now. You got your screwdriver. All right. That I could probably handle. All right. I do own a screwdriver. We're off to a good start. I own a screwdriver. I own a hammer. I do not own a rotary saw, which is something we probably won't need.
We put our shims in. We did check it a minute ago, so it is level at the moment. So now we're just going to make sure we get it secured. All right, now it's nice and solid.
All right, she's in there. All right, easy enough. Now step 2, what are we doing?
Now we're going to put some caulking on the base of the cabinet, and then we will set the sink in place, and that will hold it so it won't move.
Now, do people have like a certain kind of sink they're typically looking for? Should you be, any advice on how to look for a certain kind of sink?
That really depends on the decor that you're going for. You know, there are so many styles and types. This is just a basics.
You just want to make sure it fits, right?
Make sure it fits the space that you have, yes. And then the design and the look that you're going for. So the accessories are important to match.
Now you put that on the sticky stuff, glue, right? Now how long will that need to set before it's dry?
Oh, in about an hour or so that'll
That's
be dry. Yeah, it's not going to move. Yeah.
All right, cool. Now what's the next step after this? What should we be looking for, you know?
Well, this is step 1. Once you get this nice and secured, I'd leave this for a little bit, and then once this is set, then we'll come back and we'll install the faucets and stuff on this.
Got it. Cool.
We'll do that on the next set.
All right. You stick around for here in a few minutes. We're gonna show you exactly what we're doing next. But workshops here at Home Depot, they have some pretty cool options for you. Not just for guys, ladies and gentlemen. Every third Thursday, they have a women's workshop from 6:30 to 8. And even their most popular workshop is actually for kids every Saturday, every first Saturday, thank you, Vince, every first Saturday, 9 to noon. And Matt, you say there's like 200-300 kids usually here.
About 200.
How do you manage?
It's difficult.
You must like kids.
Yeah.
I like kids too. All right, well, bring them on out, you know, have some fun. It's not just for, you know, the typical macho man anymore.
Kids. Josh, what do they teach the kids?
What do they teach the kids?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's different every week. I know you said this past workshop you had cars from Despicable Me 2, and they built their own cars. They learned how to paint them. It involves some screws and nails and whatnot, and it is really good for the parents to see them working with their kids. Something that it's like a parent-kid activity.
That's right, and you get to spend a little time together. They have fun. The kids get to use the hammers. Their eyes light up. They get all excited, and it's really fun to see how excited they get.
Well, I remember the first model I built, a 57 Corvette. That's right. Although I didn't have to paint it, I kind of cheated as one of those snap-ons, one of the metal snap-ons. But hey, I was like, you know, 8, 9 years old.
Absolutely, absolutely. Josh, tell Vince that I like the Hawaiian shirt. I like that. 5:19 a.m. He's got the Hawaiian shirt going.
I know, right? It's always a party here at Home Depot.
Yep.
They're complimenting your shirt, Vince. They like the shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Looking smooth.
I feel like I'm just getting back from vacation with this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I know,
you guys
right?
are in the Home Depot in Maui or something. All right, Josh, thank you very much.
No problem.
It's
this morning with details on local workshops for men and women and kids. Josh, good morning.
Good morning, guys. You know, I'm not sure about you, but whenever I try to do something myself at home as far as repairing anything, I usually end up telling myself, I don't think so, Tim. As in, you know, home improvement. Tim the Toolman Taylor, always messing up. Can't handle a hammer. That's this guy. Thank goodness there's local workshops, aka clinics, including here at Home Depot, that will allow you to learn from the pros. And Vince, a lot of this stuff, not everything, but a lot of it's actually pretty simple. It's just knowing how to do it.
That's right. Knowing where to start, what processes to go through.
All right, so we started the process of putting together a vanity sink, a bathroom area. We put the sink on earlier, very easy. Now it's time to put in the faucet and the actual drain itself.
Right.
Okay, so what do we do first?
Okay, well, he's going to set the sink in place right now. I mean, the faucet part in place. There's once you put it into the holes here, there are some big nuts that go on the bottom that hold it in place so it won't fall off. So he's going to screw those on right at the moment. A lot of these nuts and everything are up fairly high, so they're hard to reach sometimes. So it's a little difficult getting down there and putting them on. There are a few tools here we have that he'll use in a moment to show you how to tighten them up a little bit. Basically, it's just kind of a down on your knees, getting in there and getting it tight. This is one of the harder parts of this.
But really, you're twisting it on. It's really that simple.
Twisting it on until you get it nice and snug, and then that'll hold this in place.
Okay.
And once he's done with that, then we'll hook up some water lines to the valves down below so that the water will come into the right valve.
So now he's putting in the lines, and these you just kind of twist on too. This is pretty easy as well.
Yes, they just have.
Just gotta twist them on, make sure they're nice and tight. That way you're not gonna have a leak.
And you actually, Matt, put some putty in these little nuts as well, right?
Well, not on these nuts.
Not yet.
Drain.
On the top of the drain, you did.
The drain goes in here. There's a big
Gotcha.
nut on the bottom of that drain that holds it up against here, and you'll set this. You'll set this down inside. This putty here will seal so that the water won't go down and get inside the sink area, the cabinet area, and then we'll put the.
Now, Vince, as Matt's doing this right now, is there something you see a lot of that people have questions about that's actually pretty simple?
Oh, almost everything. People come in here all the time. They want to know how to lay tile, lay flooring, put these types of things in. And it's basically just not knowing where to start.
Sure.
So they come in, they ask a few questions. We ask them what they're actually trying to accomplish, and then we'll bring them to that area and just show them step by step, this is what you need to do. So in this particular instance here, we would just show them how you would attach these items. And then when they look at it, they go, oh, that's not hard. I can go home and do that. But they just didn't know where to start. So,
I feel like, kind of being bad. We get done here, and I'm going to take all the credit. I'm going to look at this and be like, hey, guys, look, my little project is finished, huh? When really, I'm just watching. I'm just standing in the background, letting Matt and Vince do all the work. Well, it looks great so far, guys. Linda, Rob, stay tuned. Later on next hour, we're going to continue this project. And before this morning's over with, we're going to have a full finished vanity. And it's all really easy. It's glue, stick down, twist, make sure it fits, bada bing, bada boom.
Josh, looking forward to it. Yeah, I like that, Josh. The Home Depot is such a great place. They offer so much there. There's a garden center. You can get, I bought my umbrella there for, you can get all sorts of things at the Home Depot. Great store. Great
and
store.
Rob and I were just having a little off-camera conversation. There's so many things you can do for so cheap to change the look of your kitchen or your bathroom. Just getting a few new knobs for your cabinets, $3 a piece or something, gives it a whole new look, and it's so easy to do.
Totally.
Yeah, and doing it yourself can save you so much money, which everyone knows. So if you're not sure how to do it, come on down here and ask, and they can show you probably in a few minutes. It's actually pretty simple most of the time.
Or
Josh.
ask Kurt Rivera, our evening anchor.
Is he
He's
good?
a whiz at that stuff.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's a whiz. All right, Josh, thank you.
Bakersfield, learning some tips from those pros on how to solve some common household issues. Good morning, Josh.
Yeah, good morning, guys. And if you know me, you know I could especially use the tips. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to 75, 80%. 99% of this stuff. But hey, Home Depot in particular, they put on these workshops, these clinics every week on how to do just about anything. If you have questions, they can help you. And if you have something in particular looking for, you can probably find a clinic or workshop to answer those questions. We're putting together a vanity right now this morning, step by step. We already have the sink done, the drain, the faucet. Now, Vince, now we're working with the lights.
Right.
And one thing we were talking about a few minutes ago is, number one, make sure your power is turned off. You don't want any surprises. Surprise is a bad word when you're dealing with something like this.
That's right. No, you always want to be sure you shut your power off. Normally a switch off is sufficient when you're doing a light, but it's always a good idea to go find your breaker, shut your breaker off, just in case, because like you said, you don't want to surprise.
Yeah, bad news bears. Okay, so walk us through, is Matt going to be doing this part right here?
Matt assemble this for us.
All right, cool. So this is the light bar. It looks very intimidating. It does.
No, it's very, very, very simple, and it's really elegant when it's up. There's different styles of them. This is just one of our popular ones.
So walk us through, what exactly is Matt doing right now?
Okay, so first thing we did was we made a level line across here to make sure this was level. He's going to attach this bar to the junction box that's in the ceiling with a couple of screws. And then the wires are already, we brought the wires through on the inside here, so we'll wire nut those together in a moment here.
And if you move into a new house, this may be a dumb question, but if you move into a new house, the electrician will already have those wires up there, right?
Yeah, normally there's already a light. The reason most people do this is because they come in and there's something ugly up there and they don't like it, and so they want to replace it with something nicer and fancier. Got it. So you take the existing one off and all the hardware, the junction box and the wires will already be there.
And it's funny, again, I'm probably worse than Tim the Toolman Taylor. Whenever I mean, I've seen these before. I've seen these orange caps. I honestly thought they were just for protection until you actually, wired something in and then you kind of threw these away. But after Matt gets done mounting this, you actually match the wires, white with white, black with black, and you kind of mend them together when you screw the wires in with this, right?
Right. Okay. Right. You twist your two wires together, and then you put this cap over them, and this tightens them up, holds them really snug, makes contact inside, so that it'll work.
It makes sense, and there's like a little metal bit in there.
Right.
Obviously, that's a conductor.
Right.
I remember that from science class. Metal is a conductor, not rubber, people. Yeah. So, what's one thing in particular you would say people come in with questions with it that they may not know how to do? It's actually really easy, and when you tell them, they're like, "Oh, okay."
Well, a lot of times people just want to know how to put a simple switch in a wall. Their switch wore out. They don't know what to do. Okay. So they go home, they pull it out a little bit, they look at it, and they're just intimidated. There's only two wires in there. They don't know where they go or what they're for. So we just tell them, you go turn your power off, you pull that switch out, disconnect your wires. One of the wires is your power coming in, the other wire is the power going to the light or whatever it's running to. Simple to put in. They look at that, they go, oh, yeah, I can do that. And then they go home and they put it together and they come back a day or two later and say, oh, that worked perfect. They're really happy.
Linda, Rob, you'd be surprised how many things are actually very simple to do. And if you have questions, you can come down here and figure it out. They're happy to answer your questions. And if you'd rather be safe than sorry. And like I said earlier, like we all know, you do it yourself, you're going to save a ton of money.
Josh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And kids, Josh, what's going on?
That's right, Rob. You don't have to be, the macho man anymore to do it yourself, to fix whatever you need to fix at home. Many of the times you can do it. Your significant other can do it. Your kids can probably even do it. Vince, we're learning this morning that a lot of your typical fixes at home are a lot easier than we once thought.
Absolutely. They're not hard. They're just having to know the steps.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know.
That's right. You just don't know. When you come in here and you find out how easy it is, you go home, you're all excited and you're prepared to do it.
Well, Matt and yourself have been showing me how to put together a vanity. When we started this morning, this looked pretty rough, and we've installed the sink, we put in the faucet, the actual drain system, the light bar up now, and now Matt is putting like the little extra gizmos, if you will.
Accessory pieces, yes. Towel bar, I think he's putting a towel bar on right now. They're pretty simple. He's putting up a bracket which actually attaches to the wall, and then the towel bar itself, the bracket has little clips on it, and the towel bar just basically hangs on that.
Now, when doing this, when hanging something like this, is it important to know where the studs are, or can it just be in drywall?
Most of these can be in drywall.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're doing something where, like, if you're going to put the long towel bar on, and you're used to hanging 3 or 4 really heavy towels a lot, it's a good idea to hit a stud if you can. And in that case, you'd want to get a stud finder and make sure that.
I was going to say, because I have trouble finding studs. I'm always like, my dad just like yep, it's right there. He just does some knocking. Yep. He's like, nope, I can't do it. I'm like, sounds the same, Dad. Sounds the same.
Yeah, that's about it. But you need a little stud finder if you're going to hang a heavy thing. That's a pretty light one that we just put on there. It doesn't take a lot of weight. So if you just put the little plastic shields on the wall and screw that into the hollow part of the wall, it's fine.
Something else you guys do consistently with your workshops, not every week, but consistently, that's actually very easy to do that people may find intimidating is tiling, right?
Absolutely. That's probably our most popular class is our tile class. We used to do it every Saturday. Now we do it about 2 or 3 weeks throughout the month. It's a very exciting class. Everybody thinks it's hard, that it's complicated. It's not. We take you through the step by step. We let them actually do a little bit of it. When it's done, they go home. They're all excited. They do a little project. They come back in a couple of weeks and they're ready to do something else.
Would you think a lot of men, the typical macho man, would be surprised how many women come in and learn the process of how to fix things themselves?
Absolutely. And I think a lot of men end up getting into projects because the wife comes over here, figures out how easy it is, and goes home.
She's showing him how to do it.
That's right.
Yeah, we're stubborn, and even if we don't know, we'll try to pretend like we do to try to show them up one, and then we're like, yeah, we end up making it look like a mess. But this does not look like a mess, guys. Very well done. We had 4 segments. Pretty much we did this in about 12, 13 minutes total, if you count just when we were actually working on it.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long. That's right.
Very, very good job. Well, third Thursday of every month, 6:30 to 8, they have women's workshops. And first Saturday of every month, kids workshops from 9 to noon. You go to homedepot.com to check out their array of classes and workshops. Guys, we're learning things are a lot easier if you just come and ask a few questions. You don't know what you don't know. So you ask those questions, and it ends up being a lot easier than you ever thought it would be, and you save a ton of money.
That's exactly right, Josh. Yeah, Home Depot, honestly, is one of those places where you can go there. You can kind of get lost in Home Depot, but there's so many people there
Definitely get lost.
to answer your questions and try to help you out and figure out some of these complicated, quote-unquote, home projects that we all put off.
Right. Just look for the orange apron.
That's right.
I'm always like, where is this?
That's right.
Could I ask you a question?
Tell Vince, Josh, I love that Hawaiian shirt, too.
Yep. We like it.
All right, I'll tell him.
Good stuff. All right, thanks so much, Josh.